What? Hey, I know something else. Think about what people wear. You don't think that some girls clack horns with what they wear? You see a girl that has a nice full bosom. I've never said bosom in my life. But for y'all, I'm saying a bosom. You see a woman who has a nice full bosom, and what does she wear? She wears things to make sure she can accentuate her bosom. You have a girl who has a nice round bottom, and what's she gonna do? Wear something form-fitting to accentuate her body parts, her body shape. So that's clacking horns, ladies. You can be mad if you want to and think, don't humanize animals, and we're better than that, Lester. No, people, we're not better than that. We clack horns the same way these goats do in so many different ways. In a way, don't you think it'd be easier just to clack horns? Literally, like get down on your hands and knees and start bumping heads with people like your co-workers than having to go through all the drama that girls and guys go through. Well, hey folks, Lester here, and I'm coming to you on a very, oh my God, am I gonna say it again? A very hot and steamy July afternoon. I wanna show you what's going on here. Midday, heat of the day. And looky here, all of our little munchkins have all gathered around the Wacky Pack shack. Isn't that cute? Ringo's inside and he's at the door. Now, what I don't like about that is the fact that any other goat who wants to go inside probably can't, because Ringo decides to lay right there. And so what I may decide to do is go ahead and take that front off of there so any goat can go in and out without having to have Ringo guarding it. I never really thought about Ringo when I built that, because obviously Ringo wasn't living here then, and Mr. Huck would never Mr. Huck would never be so mean. I'm gonna come inside with you guys and get your sprinkler going. You give me a little space here. Now the goats don't like the sprinkler, everybody. The goats don't like the sprinklers, but look, the babies are ready for it. The babies are like, turn it on, Daddy. Carl's like, it's hot. It's freaking hot out here. Can we get some sprinklers going, please? And I'm like, give me a second. So the goats have come by and knocked it down, because that's what they do. That's what goats are good for, y'all. There we go. Okay, it's on there. We cut it on at the water source. Let's get some water flowing for y'all, okay? How are you guys doing? I'll come right back. Let me turn that water on. How was your first night, Mr. Ringo? Sure. Shirley and Laverne over here in the corner. Well, looks like they all found the house, found their little shelter, that's nice. All right, I'm glad y'all had a good first night. Everyone seems to be doing fine. There's no one in distress or freaking out. So that's good. Pebble's still, that's funny watching him right there in the doorway. He's like, I like this place, and I think it's gonna be mine. I just got the sprinklers turned on and got all the water troughs filled, and it's cute how these guys have all come out to mess around in the pasture, still in the shade. Pebble's getting her a drink of water. Yet, all of these lazy asses. All right, everyone's been asking. Not everyone. Cat people have been asking. Not about you, baby. They don't want to see you. They see plenty of you. Let's go look at our kitties. So here's my favorite of all the kittens. This is one, I've been calling him Butch. Come here, boy. Come here, little guy. Let me show y'all. I call him Butch. Now, there's a lot of kittens in here. I think that most of y'all know the story already. Nikki Bella had been sent to be spayed, and she had made it as far as being put under, having herself sliced open. I know that sounds kind of gory, yet she never got spayed. And so that does happen on occasion with all of the vets and vet techs running around and stuff. And my mom and them had taken in a whole slew of cats to be neutered and spayed. And somehow in all the mix, they just walked right and skipped her. And then sewed her back up, and she came home, and guess what? She had babies. But this is Nikki Bella, and I don't talk about her a lot because she's not my cat. I love her, but she's not mine. I belong to LE and living at my mom and dad's house, Gigi and Pawpaw. And when she came up pregnant, what a surprise. And so Ellie took her back to the vet and was like, wait, why is this cat pregnant? And then sure enough, there's her incision and all of her, everything, yet she's with children. And that's when it was explained that sometimes, that happens. Mistakes happen, y'all. So we've taken the kittens to Longhorn Lester's. We got them here now. There's one more kitten somewhere. I promise they run around behind the walls of this shop and they can hide, and they'll come out when they're darn near ready. You can't make them, you can't call them to come out. I can put food and water down, but they come when they feel like it. Right, Nikki? They just come when they feel like it. But they're doing real fun. They're doing good here, guys. And so I believe that Ellie has already given away a couple of them. He has homes promised for a couple of them. But whoever does not go is completely fine to live here in our shop. They can join our mice patrol. I'd certainly rather have cats running around than I would mice, y'all. And I don't have a bunch of mouse poisons and traps and all that. We've dealt with that before. Isn't Butch beautiful? I'm not really a cat person necessarily, but I'll tell you what, he is a good looking little fluffy ball of fluff. He's just a cotton ball. Now, in case you guys are wondering where they're at in proximity to everybody else, well, I'm going to show you. I'll back up a little bit. And this is a little kitchenette area in the barndominium. Guys, just ignore that. Just ignore that. Now you won't stop looking, will you? I'm working there. That's why I'm working, okay? Here's the shop. And over here, out this door, are all my babies. Oh, no. Why is Mr. Huck staring at a tree? Uh-oh. Guys, this is not good. What's he doing? Huck! So, maybe he's just standing there, guys. I'm not going to panic and freak out. Huck's fine. Huck is fine. From where I was at, it looked like he was staring into that tree. And you guys know that when a goat gets down on you, it's real hard to get them back up. You guys already know that. We've talked about that a number of times. And when I walked out and saw Huck staring at what I thought was the base of a tree, it reminded me of that time that I caught him staring at the side of the barn. And that's what you don't want to see. Sweetie, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just worried about Mr. Huck. And so I'm also worried about Gracie because I'm staring out across the pasture and I don't see Gracie anywhere. I see the horses. I see all of the cows except for Gracie. And that kind of worries me. So I'm going to go locate her. I'm going to go in there and love on Huck for a minute. Here's all the other babies laid up. Yeah, she's biting my fingers. It's not to worry, y'all. It's all good. They're laid up in the fountain of youth there. See, if you bite me, I'm going to grab you back. Look. Gotcha. You want to play? Y'all want to play? Gotcha. Go ahead, take a bite, see what happens. Huck is fine. I don't like. It just scares me, y'all. You just get so scared for your babies. We know Mr. Huck is not 100%. I mean, we've known that for a long time. Little guy can't seem to gain any weight. He's had rumen. What do they call that? Where they switch rumens? Not switch. Y'all, don't make me start talking technical terms. He's had rumen procedures. He's just never been a very healthy goat since he was a little guy. And we've always known that was going to be a problem because he, didn't get any cholesterol from mama. So he's always been prone to stuff. All right, let me go ahead and Huck is fine. He's with the other goats. Everyone's good. It's the heat of the day, guys. So you got to understand that a lot of activity, you don't see a lot of activity during the heat of the day. Let me locate Gracie though, because I'm a little concerned about her because normally our cows all lay together. And because I don't see her, there she is, probably getting snacks from Miss Pat. Never mind. Never mind. Gracie's fine. Just getting snacks from Miss Pat. Okay.
Where's his barrel?
I'll talk about a comment that I read and had a lot of reaction to it a couple of days ago when I first brought the goats over. And you remember the goats were all headbutting and clacking horns back and forth. It was quite the fiasco. And I made a comment. I says, not to worry, friends. I said, that's what everybody does. Everyone does that. Humans do that. Every time you go to a new workplace or a new school, we all got to establish where we belong on the pecking order. And I says, goats are no different. Did you just sneeze, baby? What's wrong? You got allergies like I do? Did you find something that you don't? That was so cute, baby. But I saw a couple of commenters had talked about that and didn't like the way I had humanized these babies and talked about how I forgot the exact comment, and I'm not going to embarrass the person by posing, sticking it on here. But listen, guys, do not think that we are much different ourselves. And so the way that we clack horns, if you will, women do it by this over here. Always want to make sure that that ring stuck out there, and the bigger the ring, the bigger the diamond. Oh my gosh, the more you want to flaunt and show that thing around. Yes, you do. When you sit down and have those casual conversations, what do you talk about? Where you live. You talk about where you live, because you always want to mention to each other where you live, because certain neighborhoods, yeah, that can tell you a lot about somebody. What do men do? Talk about what they drive. Men want to show off their cars and talk about what they drive, because that right there, my friends, is a way that a man clacks horns. A lot of people will do it in different ways. We clack horns in different ways. There's our sweet Gracie. See, what's funny about this is, while Miss Pat was there, they were all about Miss Pat, all hanging out along the fence for Miss Pat. Then they heard my voice, and now it's all, let's walk down and hang out with Dad. Older people take their phones out and start showing pictures, showing you all their grandkids. Clacking horns. Old people can clack horns too. Old people can clack horns too when they start bragging on their grandkids. Or how many folks do you know brag about what their kids do for a living? Oh, well, my son Tommy, he is the commander of a nuclear sub in the Atlantic. Somewhere off in the Atlantic. We're not real sure because it's classified. Well, my daughter, Roseanne, worked as a correspondent for the BBC News. People do that. I'm just making up things right here. I have no idea what I'm saying. But people have a way of clacking horns, y'all. Humans can clack horns just like animals. We may not get on our hands and knees and bump heads, but we clack horns in so many other ways. Well, I lost 25 pounds when I tried the Atkins diet. Well, I lost 30 pounds when I went on Weight Watchers. Well, not to toot my own horn, ladies, but I've lost 50 pounds the natural way. And the whole time, that lady took a trip to Mexico and got her tummy banded. Clacking them horns, ladies. Anyway, the babies are doing fine. Everyone's doing good over here at Longhorn Lester's. I'll turn that sprinkler off here in a few minutes. I hate to get them up, but look, they're just enjoying that water so much. Oh, they're just loving that water. What? Hey, I know something else. Think about what people wear. You don't think that some girls clack horns with what they wear? You see a girl that has a nice full bosom. I've never said bosom in my life. But for y'all, I'm saying a bosom. You see a woman who has a nice full bosom, and what does she wear? She wears things to make sure she can accentuate her bosom. You have a girl who has a nice round bottom, and what's she going to do? Wear something form-fitting to accentuate her body parts, her body shape. So that's clacking horns, ladies. You can be mad if you want to and think, don't humanize animals, and we're better than that, Lester. No, people, we're not better than that. We clack horns the same way these goats do in so many different ways. In a way, don't you think it'd be easier just to clack horns? Literally, like get down on your hands and knees and start bumping heads with people like your co-workers than having to go through all the drama that girls and guys go through? It would be easier to get down on your hands and knees and just bump heads until someone says, I give up, I surrender. That kind of reminds me of a slap off. That is, it's like a slap off, how these grown ass men will have these slap offs until someone can't take it anymore. And that's very barbaric. But it'd be easier to see who's the bigger man by a slap off than by having to compare how hot your wife or girlfriend is compared to how big and how tall your truck is, or I drive a John Deere tractor, I don't have no Kubota, or whatever. Yeah. All right, this is kind of going nowhere. This conversation is going nowhere, and I'm just sitting here being pecked on by my pecker. Oh my goodness, look. It's a rare glimpse of all 5 kittens. All 5 of the kitties are here. All 5 of them. There's Butch. The old Q-tip. Looky there. That's old Tiger Stripes. That's old Tiger Stripes. That's Tiger Stripes. That was the one that was down here earlier. You got all kinds of kittens here. You got all kinds of kittens here, y'all. And they're using the cat box so good. They're using their cat box, the cat litter. You got some good babies. They're eating. Y'all saw them eating. Oh, they're doing so good. And they're loving some longhorn Lesters. And it's not too hot. The shop is not near as hot as it is outside, y'all. We got the fan, which blows some air around in here. And even being inside what you might consider a stuffy little room, it's not that stuffy. There's not a heat source coming through here anywhere. Oh my God, I'm trying to make a video over here that's not about dogs. It's not about mangy little mutts, all right? There you go, scratch some fleas, why don't you? That's perfect. There you go, thank you. That was right on cue. That was right on cue when I said mangy mutt and you start scratching your flea. Guys, they don't have fleas. And look how good Jamie brushes them. Oh my gosh. Okay, mangy mutts is accurate. Mangy mutts is accurate. I'll say one thing before I end this video. Millie. Fiona has a very unique look. You can see the St. Bernard in her. But Millie looks like nothing more than a regular internet emoji dog. She looks like a regular internet emoji right there. That's how Millie looks. An internet emoji. The kind you find on your phone, or if you just type in the word dog, that's what you see. She's just a dog.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.